Hi everyone, my name is Yalit. I'm the co-founder of Mnemonic AI, where we create advanced customer intelligence, such as dynamic buyer personas, or we evaluate brand personalities with the power of artificial intelligence. Today, I want to talk a little bit more about the differences between buyer personas and target audiences. Are buyer personas and target audiences the same? Can they exist without each other? How they are created and used? This article will discuss these questions to bring more clearance when dealing with these terms. Even though connected, buyer personas and target audiences are not the same, but two essential pillars of creating a successful and customer-centric organization. Let us elaborate on the definition of target audiences and buyer personas. So, what is a target audience? A target audience is a group of customers or prospects defined by specific demographics and behavior to provide a comprehensive overview of the company's customer base. They offer companies the first guidance for product development, marketing and sales, and they are often used as the basis to create personas. So what are buyer personas? Personas are the breakdown of a target audience representing archetypes of customers within that target audience, with clearly defined characteristics and differences. They allow product development, marketing and sales to alter the communication and the product itself sometimes to meet the exact demands of the customers. Persona creation turns an anonymous customer into a real person you feel you have known for ages. Apart from his name, face, or what he does in life, you understand how that person feels and what he thinks. It allows you to emphasize with the customer, address his needs in a targeted fashion. Target audiences are a basic, maybe even superficial approach of categorizing audience of customers. In contrast, well-defined personas allow marketers to understand who the customers really are. One could say the target audience is the wrapping and personas are the actual content. Some companies put more effort in defining target audiences than others, especially when they have sufficient data, which at the end then increases the differentiation to the actual personas. So let us look at the different components of target audiences and personas, where we should draw a line and where the boundaries blur. So imagine you're a producer of high-end classic sustainable handbags for women. You have a solid customer base, you've been in the market for over 15 years, and to expand the product range, you're planning now to create handbags or messenger bags for men. To understand who the potential customers are, you create a target audience that could look like male, age between 28 and 60 years old. They're located in the United States or Canada. They have a pretty high income between 80 and 140K, and they have a university degree. So how do we conclude these features? Well, men usually use the briefcases and messenger bags. Due to the classic design, they suit middle-aged to older men, and due to the high price tag, it requires a substantial income to be able to afford them. Well, to get a well-paid job, you usually need to have a university degree, right? So at this level of depth, many organizations already draw the line for target audiences and do not even bother to create personas. So do you believe that with those information above, that you have sufficient data or sufficient information to create a proper marketing plan or sales strategy? To help you answer the question, let us look at the size of Facebook audiences reflecting these characteristics. You end up with roughly 5.5 million potential clients for such a niche product in the United States and Canada. Without burning through a lot of money, it will not be possible to reach and address the different needs of the potential customers, to convince them of your product. Preferences, interests, a way of life differ drastically from a 20-year-old to a 55-year-old. So we need to drill deeper and get a better understanding of the customers by analyzing them further and gathering additional insights such as interests, lifestyle, values, needs, and then even deeper, their personality, their pain points, their go-tos, and their emotions. A deeper analysis of customers' data is required to gather this kind of insight. Data sources that contain these pieces of information are, for instance, surveys, social listening, customer feedback, or blogs. Once you have collected them, you can suddenly tell a story about your customer. Let us take the feature running and career-driven as lifestyle as an example. Rather than just listing the features, create a story such as, hey, this is Ray Runner. He's 45 years old. He wakes up every morning at 5:45 to prepare for the day and enjoy the quiet mornings while everybody else is asleep. He puts on his running shoes, leaves the house and starts his 5K run. He enjoys listening to classical music to focus his mind and plan his day. So you see, he becomes very tangible. To create a proper marketing plan and sales strategy, you must make the customer within the target audience tangible. Maybe one small disclaimer at this point. We are not a believer in building target audiences, especially personas, based on assumptions. Wherever you can, use data to back up your assumptions or even follow a 100% data-driven approach. Without following a data-driven approach, all other customer insights, such as the needs, interests, fears, triggers, emotions, they remain guesswork. Assumption-based personas might narrow down the target audience, but might cause misguidance for marketing and sales simply because they're wrong, and they would do more harm than good. One last thing, top-down versus bottom-up approach. It is common for companies first to define a target audience and then create personas within the target audience. It might be a logical thing to do, but bears the risk of excluding personas that are not so obvious at first glance. When creating a target audience, you create a box, and the personas need to fit in that box, no matter what. In a perfect world, you should build personas and then create target audiences where they fit in. To go back to the suitcase example, imagine you just build personas that are within the characteristics we mentioned earlier. You might miss that a good amount of handbags or messenger bags are desired by a younger generation driven by trends or other market conditions. Or they're even given as Christmas or birthday gifts from affluent parents. Suddenly, a whole new target audience is created. So summing up, well-defined target audiences and buyer personas are essential for every corporation striving for customer centricity, which is critical for success in today's highly competitive markets. Use the right approach, educate your colleagues about the goals and outcome, and do not base your analysis on gut feeling or preferences. Look at the data you have, and if you do not have enough information, find available public data that you can base your personas on. Do not create a box too early, and try to think outside of it. So thank you very much. I hope I could give you some more insights about how we see the correlation between target audiences and buyer personas. And if you have any remarks or questions, feel free to reach out to us. And I hope to see you soon and be in contact with you. Thank you.